How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Next Goal Wins TV. Coach Javi here, and today we're going to be breaking down the Tottenham versus Liverpool match, first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. I was honestly very surprised to hear a lot of criticism against Liverpool, saying that it was one of their worst performances and that the technical quality of the game was so poor, just because I thought it was actually a really entertaining match, at least as far as the possession with how both Liverpool and Tottenham were building out, as well as the high press from both teams to try and regain possession of the ball. We're going to get into the tactics shortly, but I think we should probably address the controversy right away because obviously that's what's making headlines. If you were watching the game, you know that Lucas Bergvall was already on a yellow card and then put in a tackle that clearly should have been a second yellow. But the referee, afraid to impact the game, decided not to give him a second yellow, and about a minute later, he ended up scoring the game winner. My first reaction was to come on here and absolutely bash the referee, talk about how he bottled it, how they got it wrong, and how Liverpool were robbed of what should have been at least a draw. But then I realized that Bergvall absolutely should have been on the field to score the game winner because the first yellow card that he received should not have been given. As Luis Diaz touches the ball in front, Bergvall puts in a tackle, and from first glance it looks like basically the exact same foul as the second yellow, but if you look closely, he doesn't actually make any contact, and I think Diaz sold it really well to the referee. And as someone who doesn't support either Liverpool or Tottenham, completely neutral and unbiased, I know you see the hoodie here, but these are actually my work clothes, I have to admit that you cannot complain about the referee not giving the second yellow, but stay quiet about the fact that the first yellow shouldn't have been given. You can't just pick and choose depending on what benefits you. So yes, the second one should have been a yellow, but there should never have been a first, and therefore by that logic, he should have been on the field to score the game winner. And I know two wrongs don't make a right, but you can't say Liverpool got completely screwed. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the tactics so I can explain to you guys exactly why Liverpool were not as successful as usual and how I think Tottenham played a very smart match. Firstly, the risks that Big Ange took. True to his nature, this is who he is. As much as I still think eventually it'll get him sacked, you have to respect that the man is loyal to his values. Antonin Kinski, the goalkeeper Tottenham literally just signed from Slavia Prague 4 days ago, was thrown straight in and had a brilliant performance at 21 years old. What a signing that turned out to be. No preparation, no warm-up games, straight in against the top team in English football, and he absolutely balled out. And that takes some serious bravery from Big Ange. Now let's really break down what happened during the game. After really trying to keep a close eye on how both teams wanted to play, it seemed to me like they both played almost the exact same way with just some slight differences. Whenever they had the ball, they attempted to build out, with Liverpool finding success by moving Tottenham's high press to one side and then finding the free midfielder, which Slot has said many times is one of the tactics that he really wants to see from his team. And they did this successfully a few times, eventually getting the ball out wide in the attacking third.
Here's Gravenberg.
Tottenham were also successful in possession against the high press, but less with finding the free midfielder and more with just being technically sharp in tight spaces to turn Liverpool's pressure and break free into the attacking third. From what I saw, I do think that Tottenham were sharper than Liverpool in this sense.
Time in this first half because of the injuries. Porro. Here's Basuma.
And I think Liverpool's pressing should have been much better. Both teams also did a good job of detecting the high press early and stretching the field out with their forward players in case the center backs or the goalkeeper wanted to play a longer ball. And what I really like about this is that the modern game is starting to move back to longer passes in order to break a high press. This also helps keep the opposition honest, and these teams showed us that it can be successful as long as the players put themselves in good positions to win the second ball. And that's the key to the long ball being effective. If you look at Tottenham's game winner, it starts with a long ball that is won by Solanke, but it's the forward run and anticipation of Lucas Bergvall to get in front of the Liverpool players and put himself in a position to score.
Solanke.
If we go back to a similar long ball by Liverpool earlier in the game, you can see that Jota also wins the second ball, which eventually leads to an opportunity that could have been a goal for Liverpool.
In the end, Jota. This is Salah trying to feed Cody Gakpo, and Salah hits one.
So as much as I love tactics and wish to see a perfect chess match every time I watch top teams play, I also recognize that games like these aren't won with tactics. That's just how they even out. They're won with individual player actions and the focus to just be a step ahead of your opponent. And while the controversy will remain until the second leg, Liverpool are fortunate they get to go back to Anfield and only have to overturn a 1-0 deficit, while Tottenham are going to have to somehow keep Liverpool from scoring, which I know they did it today, but doing it at Anfield is a different story. And I think looking forward, that's the area that Liverpool are going to have to improve from from this match, the effectiveness in the final third. Salah, Nunez, Jota, Diaz, Gakpo, all unable to create enough even after Liverpool's backline and midfield did a really good job of getting the ball up the field. And if Tottenham want to progress, I think they should play a similar style like the one that they did today. A high press, being courageous in the build-out, variety in the distance of their passes, and hope that the referee doesn't have a negative impact in the game against Tottenham this time. Let me know what you guys think. Looking forward to the second leg.